So let's talk about bodies in pathology. The first body we'll talk about is asteroid bodies. Now, asteroid bodies, you have to think about Astroworld, and Astroworld is sung by Travis Scott. Now, Travis Scott, you can remember T of Travis is porotrichosis and S of Scott is sarcoidosis. You can also remember this as Travis Scott is a tricky, sarcastic person. So, tricky stands for sporotrichosis, sarcastic stands for sarcoidosis. So, asteroid bodies, sarcoidosis, and sporotrichosis. Next is Halber-Sider-Prouzak bodies. Halber-Sider-Prouzak. Now, Prouzak stands for proud, and we are proud of the subject of ophthalm because we know it so well. And trachoma is one of the best topics in ophthalm. So, you can remember this Prouzak bodies are seen in trachoma. Trachoma is eye is ophthalm. Ophthalm you're proud, and that leads to Prozac bodies. Coming to the next one, which is Miyagawa bodies. Miyagawa means Miya as a person who's singing, Gawa. And when you see a person singing, you see them on TV, which is one of the TV, you have your LG TV. So, this thing is Miyagawa basically Maya sang on LGTV. So LGTV stands for lymphogranulome venurum. Next is Levantha coal lily bodies. Now coal lily and Levantha all sound like name of birds, parrots specifically. So the disease is called as psittacosis. So coal and lily are parrots. Coming to Leishman Donovan bodies. So remember Azar is LD. So LD bodies is Leishman Donovan bodies and Azar is Kala Azar. So you have Kala-Azar and Leishman Donovan bodies. Next is Negri bodies. We know that Negri bodies is rabies. That's we are not really stressing on that too much. And one more is Guaneri bodies are vaccinia bodies. That's also fine. Next is Bollinger bodies. Now Bollinger bodies you have to remember as Foulinger. Foul. You have written it Foulinger bodies instead of Bollinger bodies. Remember as Foulinger bodies. Foulinger why? Because it stands for foul and bad is actually foul pox. Next is Henderson-Patterson body. Now Henderson-Patterson, you remember that Patterson is one of our very favorite actors whose name is Robert Pattinson. Now Robert Pattinson देखके you will feel cum. Now cum just stands for molluscum contagiosum. Cum and sum. So here you have Henderson-Patterson, molluscum contagiosum. Next you have the Cowdery type A and Cowdery type B. Cowdery type A, you remember A because the best band the type A band is Coldplay. Coldplay sang a song about yellow fever or yellow, right? So yellow and skin may have the lesion of herpes. So you have yellow herpes. So just remember the type A is for yellow herpes. That is a yellow fever and herpes. Okay, so type A is yellow fever and herpes. Next you have the type B. B stands for two O's because two O's make a B. So here you have O and O. So first O stands for adeno, second O stands for polio. So you have two O's in B's. So adeno and polio. Adeno and polio. So that is Cowdery type B. So we spoke about Cowdery type A and Cowdery type B. Next you have the Russell's bodies. Now multiple myeloma MM has a lot of things involved. One is a Russell's body, which is cytoplasmic body. Second is Dutcher's body, and the last is a Mott cell. So Russell's body is intracytoplasmic. You remember this as Cristiano Ronaldo, and Dutcher is inside the nucleus. That's why it's intranuclear. So you can remember Dutcher is inside the nucleus, and Mott is the cell. All of this is seen in multiple myeloma. Next, you have Aschoff bodies. We know Aschoff bodies is seen in rheumatoid fever. That is fine. Next is Call-Exner bodies. So remember Call-Exner. That sounds like call your ex because granny is lost. And this sounds like a very, very female thing. That's why call your ex, very female thing. Call ex, female. So that's why seen in ovary. So Call-Exner body seen because granulosa cell. Granulosa cell tumor of ovary. Next is Civat body. So remember Civat, you have to actually say it as Civate. Give me plain latte. Civate, give me plain latte. So arte is sounds the same. P stands for planus, L stands for lichen. So you have your lichen planus. So Civate bodies are seen in lichen planus. They are also called as colloid bodies. Next is Michelson-Gutterman syndrome. So that I remember is Gutterman. Michelson-Gutterman. And what is one thing that is remind you of gutter? Anything which is malicious, anything which is basically malacoplakia. Gutter में क्या होगा? Malacoplakia होगा gutter में. So Michaelis Gutterman syndrome. So we are done with all these bodies. Next page we have other more bodies. This the first one is Lewy bodies. Now Lewy body is seen in someone who's Lewy in the head or Lewy in the brain, and the one of the most common disease of dementia is Parkinson's disease. So you have your it's not dementia. One of the most like brain related diseases, Parkinson's disease. So Lewy in the head or Lewy in the brain, and Parkinson's disease. Next is Pappenheimer bodies. Now Pappenheimer bodies, so you remember PAP. So PAPs are always on the side taking pictures, right? PAPs are always on the side taking pictures. Side stands for siderocytes. So you have your non-heme iron pigments in siderocytes. Coming to Howell Jolly bodies. Now Howell Jolly bodies are basically someone will be jolly when they do not have a spleen. So that's one statement you have to remember. Jolly, Howell Jolly is seen in asplenia or any condition where the spleen is not there. Next, you have your Heinz bodies. Okay, so Howell Jolly is seen in splenectomy patients. Next is the Heinz body. So Heinz body, Heinz was a German, and G stands for German, G German. Seen in Heinz is seen in G6PD. Next is Gamma Gandhi bodies. Who's Gandhi? Who's mad? A congested spleen is mad. So you can remember Gamma Gandhi seen in congested spleen. Next, you have your Mallory bodies. Mallory is a person who drinks a lot. So alcoholic liver disease, where you will see this. They are actually highly in inclusions which are seen in hepatocytes because of alcoholic cirrhosis and Indian childhood cirrhosis. Next, you have councilman bodies. Councilman bodies are basically hepatocytes undergoing apoptosis seen in acute viral hepatitis. So remember that councilman got dissolved. Councilman got dissolved because of acute viral hepatitis. Coming to Samoma bodies. Samoma bodies, you remember PSM. Samoma. Like basically PSM is Samoma. So your P stands for all your papillary tumors, S stands for all your serious your serious papillary serous adenoma, and M stands for meningiomas. So you have your P for papillary carcinoma of thyroid, S for serous adenoma, and M for meningioma. Donovan body, so Donovan sounds like Donovan, so two vans in Guinea or inguinal. In Guinea or inguinal. So 2 and Donovan is seen in inguinal. So that is what granuloma inguinal. Okay, so remember Leishman, Donovan, LD. LD is seen in Kala-Azar, where just Donovan is seen in granuloma inguinal. Next is Nissl body. We know Nissl is also seen in cytoplasmic inclusions and rabies only. No, not in rabies. Nissl's bodies are seen in cytoplasmic inclusions in neurons. Negri bodies are seen in rabies. Next, you have your Musa bodies. Musa bodies are seen in moose chemi typhus. So remember, Musa bodies are seen in typhus fever. Moose chemi typhus. Moose chemi typhus. Next is Crayola bodies. So Crayola bodies, what is cruel? Asthma is a very cruel disease. So Crayola is actually asthma. There are other 3 C's in asthma: Kirschmann spirals and Charcot-Leyden crystals. Next is Verrucay on a vacation. Verrucay sounds like vacay. So on a vacation, you eat a shawarma. So that is why it is schwamoma. Okay. So Verrucay stands for schwamoma. Schiller-Duval. Remember Schiller-Duval, endodermal. So dual and dermal. So endodermal sinus tumor. Schiller-Duval stands for endodermal sinus tumor. Coming to Hirano bodies. Hirano sounds like a person who's Hirano matlab hara hua. So a person who's lost his mind is Alzheimer's. Okay, so remember Hirano bodies in Alzheimer's, Lewy bodies in Parkinson's. And then you have ferruginous bodies. So ferruginous literally stands for iron rug. So iron rug. So that means there's an iron coating on asbestos bodies. So ferruginous bodies is seen in asbestosis.